Hello guys, good morning. It is Tuesday. I'm here with Bestie.
Hey!
And we are going to get our nails done, which is very exciting. Let me do you a little before. Well, it's just my bare nails. So sad. Also, I'm filming on my phone because I forgot my camera, but still wanted to vlog, so sorry for the quality of this video. Hey! Very happy with the nails. If you live near Fontainebleau, for all the Frenchies out there, I will leave her Instagram down below so you can see what she does and if you want to take an appointment with her, because honestly I love it so much.
Piano piano, sentimi forte e stammi più vicino, se ci sto bene, sarà perché ti amo, cercare ritmo.
We are going on a little shopping adventure to see what's around the house, where we can go and all. Very exciting little thing. I want to buy dried flowers to take pictures of my books. So I need to take a picture because it's been a while since I haven't posted, because, well, moving out takes a lot of time. So yeah, I want to take a picture, buy dried flowers, and also to put like in my little pot. That'd be better, but yeah. Back home, I did not find dried flowers, which I'm really mad about, but I think I can manage to do something with what I have. Oh yes, I know, actually I do have something. Anyways, we did find some things. It's just like house stuff, honestly, but I thought it'd be fun to show you. For the toilets, you know, very important. Love the white and wood moment, and we did manage to find a little bin, white and brown wood, hand wash, Vaseline, always very important to have, and then something to clean the toilets, and how do you call this? Trivet? Whatever you call this, and toothbrushes. What a successful shopping day. Let's put everything into place, and I think I can manage to do something with the pictures that I'm going to show you. I do have something, but it's under my bed and I kind of forgot about it. Oopsie doopsie, but anyways. crazy. We are having a bit of an existential crisis moment here. I don't know if you can see. I have spots everywhere. Now, I think it is due to the stress of moving out, and I don't know. I don't really know. I have no explanations for this. Maybe also, I know that my skin is like really sensible to the sun, and maybe because there is no pollution here, maybe the sun is hitting a bit more than in Paris, and so my skin is like violated. Maybe. I don't know. I have a little book mail here that I'm really excited to open with you. It might be my next reading. I don't really know. I think it might be my next reading, honestly. This is a book I've been waiting for so long. I'm so excited to read it. It is Heartless by Elsie. So it is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series. Let me grab the sister. So Flawless is the first book, Heartless is the second one, and it's on Rhett's brother Cade and Summer's best friend Willa is single dad trope nanny age gap, I think. I'm super excited to read this. This is super exciting. A new baby in the collection. The next book is Powerless, and I think it's about Jasper, I think, which is very exciting because I loved his character. And next book in the series that will be published in July, I think, 2023, will be on Winter, who is Summer's stepsister. I think it's going to be really good. So that's a little update. I didn't tell you what I was reading actually. Currently, I am reading an arc, which is the reason why I don't talk about it a lot on Instagram if you do follow me. I'm currently reading Immortal Longings by Gong, which is one of my most anticipated release of this year. I don't know when it would be released. It is her new adult debut. It'll be published in July. So don't have to wait that long for it. Well, kind of. But for now, I am, I think, 39% into it actually. And it's good, but it's Gong, so it takes a while to really start. It is starting right now. Like, I do feel like it's currently starting. The writing is just gorgeous. I love it so much. Like, I'm a huge fan of Gong. I know that there are people that don't love her writing, which I completely understand, but I'm a big fan. So I think this book, just like all of her other books, will be a 5 stars for me. I know that near the end it's just going to be a masterpiece, so I don't really mind the slow start. I'm still very excited to finish it so I can start Heartless, or I think it would be between Heartless or Indigo Ridge. I don't really know. My tulip just died. She just died, like literally in front of my eyes. Little updates concerning my tulips. I think I was not created to take care of plants, clearly. How can I in 4 hours kill flowers? I don't know, but I think it's a real talent, guys. But I don't know if you see, like, I checked on the internet and they were saying, like, do not put them near a window or a heater. Well, they were here. So put them here, but they were literally dying. And then my friend told me don't put a lot of water, so I didn't put a lot of water, but they are touching water. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, guys, tell me, how am I supposed to take care of tulips? If I can't take care of this, how can I take care of myself? I don't know. Shadow and Bone Day season 2. Now, if you remember, did I ever talk about it? No. If you weren't following me on Instagram or Twitter at that time, you didn't know, but I was huge. I followed the release of this TV show like it was my entire life, and I loved the first season. Even though I didn't really like a thing or two about it, I still think they did really well. So I was quite excited for season 2, even though the hype went down because, I mean, they waited 2 years until they released the second season, which was a huge mistake in my opinion, but they did what they did. And I still told myself, oh, I'm gonna binge the entire thing in a day because I don't want to get spoiled, I want to know everything, blah 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 blah. I'm like a negative person in my life. I mean, I do get angry a lot and I focus sometimes on the bad things, but when it comes to socials, my YouTube channel, my Instagram page, I try to never be negative. When I don't like something, I don't talk about it. That's my perspective on this. Like, I would never, I had this idea of like really popular books that I didn't like. Had this video I did that I wanted to do, but then I was like, I don't want to be negative because I didn't like it doesn't mean that it's bad. So I never did it. We'll probably never do it, apart if you really want to see this, but I will not be like mean in this video. And I'm going to just say, without being mean, because I've been bitching on this season for the past 20 minutes since I stopped watching it, but without being mean or negative, I'm just going to say I didn't like it at all. I hated it. That's it. I'm so disappointed, but anyways, it's okay. I'm just going to move on with my life. I have a little reading update because I am reading Immortal Longings by Gong, my queen. She will never disappoint me. I knew that, and she did not. I am 80% into the book. I have only like an hour and a half left of the book. Really excited to do that. I have Indigo Ridge or Heartless, and I don't really know what to choose. In my TBR, I wrote down Heartless. But I really want to discover this new world. Like, I'm always drawn to like new things. This is not new. Why is there a panty here? There's a panty. Look at that. Do you know what? I'm gonna ask you guys on Instagram. I'm just going to try and do some things that I like, that make me in a good mood again, because right now, this is not it. This is not it. It's fine. It's just a TV show. We don't really care. It's just, yeah. It's funny. It makes me laugh, actually. Is it a good angle? I don't know. Let me grab a little tea. I've made my tea, I have my book, and I think it's time for a little update because it is Friday. Haven't talked to you a lot this week. I think I really vlogged on Tuesday, then worked, then strikes happened, so I had to stay at home and work at home, which is, I think, one of the most exhausting thing ever, because I think, like, sometimes I do feel like I work better at home than at the office, because there are a lot of distractions at the office, like my co-workers. I love them, and so I always spend like so much time talking to them and all. It's ridiculous. I still work a lot, don't get me wrong, but sometimes at home I feel like I work better because I do have distractions, but it's just not the same. It's just like my book in front of me, but it's not talking to me, so it's fine. But I feel like it's so exhausting because being at home and working, you know, it doesn't really match together. Even though I love working at home because I don't have to make the entire journey to go to Paris, but I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this. So I'm really tired right now and I feel like I'm really sensitive because of that. I almost cried this morning because I had a wave of nostalgia of like 2 years ago. Like 2 years ago me era, you know? As I told you yesterday, I watched Shadow and Bone and it brought me back to 2 years ago when I was so hyped for the show and so active on Twitter and always on Twitter, always tweeting about Matthias, like where is Matthias and all. And it was such a good moment in my life. It's the thing that got me out of depression, you know, so it's such a good moment in my life. And I struggle in my day-to-day life with nostalgia and change. I have a hard time handling change. And I'm a very nostalgic person, so whenever something changes, it's really hard for me to handle this. I'm like, I'm gonna die. So this morning I really had a moment of like, I miss that time. I also miss that time when I was reading, well, Shadow and Bone, Six of Crows, A Court of Thorns and Roses, all of these things. It's just bringing me so much nostalgia. It's terrible. But little update, so no more talking about sad things. Little update, I started, let me put that tea down. I started Heartless by Elsie, which is the second book in the Chestnut Springs series. And so this is about Cade and his little son Luke, and he's looking for a nanny. And so Willa, I don't know, the Summer's best friend, she comes to his help. And I've just read that bit. I'm on page 66, so I'm going to continue on reading this. I'm alone this entire weekend, so I'm going to film a lot because I feel more comfortable around this house, and we'll see what I do. I'm not going to do anything crazy because I cannot move since I do not have my driver's license. I need to do this. Yes. It's a bit later and I ended up talking on the phone with a friend for 2 hours, so didn't make any progress on the book. I don't think I made any progress on the book, I don't know. But I am on page 95 and I would like to get on page 200 tonight, so I think that's completely doable. I'm just gonna have a little shower, but I'm extremely tired, so I don't know if I'll be able to read 100 pages tonight. Kind of already am falling asleep, you know. spent an hour on my phone looking at the first night of the Ears tour. And my conclusion to this viewing is that I'm gonna cry this entire concert. It's gonna be fun. Little reading update of Heartless. I made it halfway through the book. I don't know if I'm really halfway through the book, but I'm almost halfway through the book. I'm on page 213 and I plan on finishing this morning. Hear me out, this morning. It is midday and I did not finish the book. Oh my god. I got quite distracted, I must be honest. I got really distracted. But I've made it to chapter 26, which means I only have 10 chapters left and a bit more than 100 pages left. I think I have like 140 pages left, but who knows, I can't count. But so far so good. Like I don't know if it's because I'm in a mood for fantasy, to be honest, right now, and I just told myself I was going to read this book because I've been like wanting to read this one since I read Flawless. But there is something about it that doesn't make me really hyped for this book. I love it. I love Cade. Obsessed with him. Love Kate and Willet or Wiley. I don't know how you say this name. Love them, but I don't know. I think I really am in a fantasy mood, and so I'm enjoying this, but I'm not like screaming about it, you know. We'll see when I finish this. But that leads me to my next reading. I think it's going to be definitely a fantasy. I think I'm going to read The Serpent and the Wings of the Night. Wings of Night. Serpent and the Wings of Night. I don't know what's the name of this book, but I think I'm going to read this because I really am in a romance fantasy mood. But still good, you know. Like really, I think it's going to be a 4 stars or 4.5 stars. But I think it could have been a 5 stars if I would have read this when I was really in the mood for this. But that's fine. It's okay. But I think I definitely am going to be able to manage to finish this book today and start a new book, but I don't know what time it's going to be. I kind of want to watch YouTube videos. Also, it's going to be the Grand Prix. Well, it's not today. Today's just like the qualifications. But your girl is going to watch it, of course. So I need to check out what time it is. I'm gonna check that out, and I need to eat. Like I'm really hungry right now, so I'm gonna do that. And I will check it with you later, guys. Also, I don't really know how this happened, but I'm currently running on 2 coffees, which never happens to me. Like I drink 1 coffee, that's it. 2 coffees. I might be overexcited. Sorry if I have this really chaotic vibe at some point. It's me under the influence of coffee. Don't do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs.
It was my personal problem when I went into it thinking it's like, page letter she's 13, page letter she's 16, learning that she's still 16, at different timelines, like her present and then next timeline. Because I really want to get to the depth of it. This plot, I will get more halfway.
Okay guys, little reading update. I only have 70 pages left. And I don't really know what to think of this book. I really do believe that it's just because I was not really in the mood. But at the same time, I'm reading this and I hear about Violet, who is their sister, and she is in the Off to the Races series. That it's not called like that. I think it's like Gold Rush French series. And it makes me want to read it, and now I'm like, what should I read next? Should I go on with a romance or just switch to a fantasy? I don't know. So I don't really know what to say with this book. It's just I was expecting to love it more, but I don't feel like I do. I enjoy it, that's for sure. I like it. The smut kind of made me feel uncomfortable, which it never does. Usually, I mean, I don't get really uncomfortable with smut, but I did get uncomfortable with this, and I kind of feel like from like, I think from like these pages it's just smut, and I was like, when is it going to stop? Guys, I just don't know what to think of this. I'm sad because I wanted to love it. Though Powerless, I'm really excited for it because we have some crumbs already in this, and I'm like, oh, we've just learned something about the main female character in Powerless, and I was like, oh, that's interesting actually, like, ooh, okay. And yeah, it makes me really excited for Powerless, and so now I'm like, oh, should I buy Powerless now? I don't know. I don't really know what to think, what to do, but I'm going to finish this book and we'll see the final thoughts. I don't know, I'm not convinced by it. Hello guys, it is quite a bit later in the day. It is almost 8 p.m. Very sorry I abandoned you. My camera died, and then I finished reading Heartless, then started another book, and then Friends Cold, and then the day flew by and I was like, oh, I forgot to update you. So I finished Heartless, and I gave it 4 stars. I wasn't invested in this story. I give it 4 stars because I know that if I wouldn't have been in such a fantasy mood, I would have given it 5 stars. If I would have rated the way I was feeling at the moment I was reading it, it would be a 3 stars. But I can recognize that it was really good, and I would have loved it so much if I would have read it when I wanted to, like a week ago. I still loved it, honestly. It was still really good, though I'm really excited for Powerless because it's going to be Jesper's book, and we have a bit of crumbs of Jesper and Sloane, and we do also have a little sprinkle of Jasper's past, but a teeny tiny little thing, and it's like, oh, it's like the tiny little drop that opens a wall, like not even a door at this point, it's just like a wall, and it's like, oh wait, what happened? And you don't know. So really excited for Powerless, so the third book. I still enjoy this series, to be honest. Like, it's really nice, it's cool, cowboy, love it, but I wasn't in the mood for it. So then I was like, well, what am I going to read? And guys, I almost started like so many books. I was thinking of starting Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. It's so hard to say. I was thinking of starting this because I was feeling the Helnick vibes. Since I finished watching Shadow and Bone, I've been wanted to reread the book so bad. I want to do an entire Carissa verse reread, okay? Maybe not Six of Crows because it's... I don't know if I can handle this emotionally, you know. I'm not ready yet. It's been 3 years, but I'm still not ready to go through this pain again. But Shadow and Bone and King of Scars, I want to reread these books so bad. I was feeling the Helnick vibe, okay? I was like, I want something. I want like an OG book, like an OG classic fantasy book. And so I thought, oh, you still haven't read Blood and Honey, which is the second book from the Serpent and Dove series. And so I was like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna read this. And then I was like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna read this Woven Kingdom by Terry Maffey, because I've heard that it was so good and it's Terry Maffey. So I was like, I don't know what to do. And then concerning Blood and Honey, I've heard so many bad reviews about this book and about how boring it is. And I was like, Julie, you're on the verge of a reading slump, so maybe that's not the best idea. And then I don't know why I didn't pick up this Woven Kingdom, but I wanted a little fantasy romance, and I've just learned that the book I'm reading isn't really a fantasy romance, but that's fine, we're here for it. But I picked up The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, and I just started it. No, I started this book at 3. It's 8. What happened, you tell me? Well, my friend finished watching Shadow and Bone, so she called me and we spent like 2 hours ranting about the show. But I read the prologue and the first chapter, and I already annotated the book, which is quite surprising to me. But the first quote was so powerful. Love this. And then it's just like I just annotated 2 things, but 2 really cool quotes. And look at this, the pages are starting. I showed you this actually. I was reading on my balcony and then it started raining, went inside and got lost in the world. And now I'm on chapter 2, page 18. I read 18 pages in, you do the math, I'm bad at this. This, from what I've only read a chapter, guys, so I can't tell you a lot. I feel like it's going to be the Hunger Games all over again, just like Immortal Longings that I've read by Gong, because the character is talking about a game, or like, is it a game she said? I think she said she would, yeah, it's a competition. So I don't really understand what it is, but we're gonna know, I assume. There is like a king, and I feel like his name is Vincent. The adopted human daughter, I should just read you the synopsis, right? Human or vampire, the rules of survival are the same. Never trust, never yield, and always guard your heart. The adopted human daughter of the Nightborn vampire king Oriya carved her place in a world designed to kill her. Her only chance to become something more than a prey is entering the Kajari, a legendary tournament held by the goddess of death herself. But winning won't be easy against the most vicious warriors from all 3 vampire houses. To survive, Oriah is forced to make an alliance with a mysterious rival. Everything about Ren is dangerous. He's a ruthless vampire, an efficient killer, an enemy to her father's crown, and her greatest competition. Yet, what terrifies Oriah most of all is that she finds herself oddly drawn to him. But there's no room for compassion in the Kajuri. War for the throne of the House of Night brews, shattering everything that Oriah thought she knew about her home. And Ren may understand her more than anyone, but their blossoming attraction could be her downfall in a kingdom where nothing is more deadly than love. So she's in a competition with this guy. I'm just basically reading Immortal Longings all over again, but in a like very fantasy vampire winged man world. If that makes sense. But so far I'm enjoying the writing, honestly. It's like really good writing. So I'm really excited to go through this more. But that's what I'm gonna do now. Since I've updated you, I can now go on with my life and talk to you later. Hello guys. Don't mind my face, please. You know what's happening. I told you already. But yeah, I need to give you a little reading update because I'm reading like the book and I'm giving so many updates to my friends and I didn't give any updates to you, which is very rude of me. Please don't mind the cover that I damaged. I'm ashamed of myself, but I have made quite a progress. I need to tell you that I've made a progress because it's like a really small writing. Okay, so I did make a progress. I am on chapter 14, page 121, and I can tell you guys that I'm loving the shit out of this book. It is so good. It is so flipping good. And the main male character, he's the love of my life. He is the love of my life. I have annotated so many things in here. This is to tell you how good it is. If I annotate a book this much, it's because I have a lot of things that I want to remember, because I'm really loving it. This book is iconic. Like, really loving this. If you can hear like noise in the background, it's my video who's currently exporting. I did a bit of editing this morning because I have a video that needs to be up on my channel tomorrow. So needed to do this. I need to do the thumbnail, but I think this is going to be quite quick. But yeah, so the reading update, I just don't know. It is a bit, it's like a vampire story, but it is quite bloody and violent, which I personally love. And the world is just so cool, and like the different vampires, it's just so interesting. And there is a bit of foreshadowing, I can already tell, because sometimes there are like some things such as what was the thing, like sometimes Rain, so the guy, he would have like a certain look on his face and then it goes away, and usually it's when some certain things are mentioned. I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just going to keep it really blurry, but I'm really excited to see what is for, like what this foreshadow is for. Now you look ridiculous, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna keep on going with this. I think I want to reach page 200 by tonight, which is, I believe, doable. Maybe part 4, but part 4 isn't. Can I reach part 5? Part 5 is on page 269. Can I read this today? I don't know. I feel like I'm having ADHD right now. I can't stay in place. Like, I'm doing a lot of different things at the same time. There are some days like that. It's just really hard for me to concentrate on one thing. So my video finished exporting. That is nice. But yeah, I'm gonna try and read, but also I need to end this vlog today, so I don't know if I'm going to do a lot of things. I really don't think so, but we'll see how much I can read. See you.